and you know,
Other
go to other
countries,
countries, everyone's just loud. Like everybody's just
people
loud.
are,
People have
people are
no like
kissing each other.
people have no shame in being loud. Like Americans, like they're just soft, man.
So many different cultures too, where people greet each other by kissing on the cheek or on the mouth, like good friends. In
Yeah, I
America,
mean,
we have all that
go to like
stigma about it.
Middle Eastern people, they just kiss each other on the cheek, no problem. The men will kiss each other on the cheeks, no problem. Go to
Americans
the
are scared of their own emotions, being affectionate with people.
well, they don't know how to control their emotions. I don't know. They have a bad relationship with their emotions because they watch too much Netflix. That's why. Too much porn, too much
Definitely.
Netflix, too much porn, too much social media fucks you up. So you gotta do.
Indulgence, man.
You gotta try this detox that I did yesterday.
Tell us about that. Tell us a little more about that.
Basically, I did a. It's not your normal fast. Imagine fasting from everything, like everything, anything. Can't do anything, but sit and like basically you can meditate, or if you're religious, you can pray. Pretty much, because praying is meditating. But you basically no phone, no TV, no technology, no food. You can't eat, drink, nothing. You can't talk to anybody. You can't even read books. You can't come in contact with another human being. Like you literally completely isolate yourself in a room with nothing but like nothing, like a chair. And my
When did you do this?
well, today's Monday, right?
Yeah,
I did this yesterday. It was a trippy experience. I'm not gonna lie,
I bet. I bet,
but
dude. That sounds eye-opening.
yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, you ever have those moments where you just like fucking look at your hand and shit, and you're like, I got a hand.
Yeah.
Like you get those type of moments, or you get moments where like you just like you feel small, you know, and you just
Yeah.
ego, you know, is coming out of you, and you're like, I think the best thing that also that can help you with is like focus. That's really why I did it. 'Cause I felt like I was losing a little bit focus in myself. I was like, this maybe can get me back on my schedule. You know, I was losing my schedule a little bit, and I've already like been seeing the results. Like this morning, I got up early, hit the gym, like whatever, had a full day till now, and it's just because there's so many distractions that we just have on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
It
All over the
fucks your
place.
brain up. Like it's not good for your brain is like getting all this dopamine from everything. So let me explain the concept of dopamine over here. Basically, there's good and bad types of dopamine. You want dopamine for sure. Dopamine keeps you alive for sure. Dopamine also makes you creative. It's beautiful, but like things like phone, like the average person I think checks their phone like 300 times a day. 300 fucking times a day. That's a lot of times to check your phone. Just think about that.
Nonstop. Yeah.
And every single time you check your phone, it's releasing like just pleasure molecules in your brain, short-term molecules, and there's no like long-term. Like you want pleasure, but that's worked for. But like the problem with Netflix and like all these things like unhealthy food and like all this blah 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 bullshit, you know, blah 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 whatever. It gives you like short-term pleasure, and then which your brain takes that as a survival mechanism basically, and then it procrastinates everything else that you should be doing for your goals or whatever. I mean, you know,
The closest thing
if you
I
want to
can
know more
compare that
about it, I can send like you guys can DM me,
to, yeah, it's
and
just something I'm thinking of
I'll
trying.
text you like the fucking like video series that I found, and then I decided to do it. It was very impulsive. Like I found it Saturday night, and then I was like, "Fuck it, I'm doing it. I'm going all in. I'm doing it."
Sometimes you got to do it that way,
Yeah.
you know. And the biggest decision's got to be
I
like
saw it. I was like, you know what? This Sunday, I really don't
top
have
of the head.
that much going on, and I mean, the only thing that I would miss, really, that would be that bad was like missing a workout. It's like whatever. I work out Monday and every day anyway, so like, so just woke up. went straight to this porch, locked the door, got some pillows, sat on the chair, prayed, and just fucking meditated all day.
What were your biggest takeaways from it?
Biggest takeaways. Uh, how much we're like, just how much time people spend not thinking, and instead, I feel like a lot of it wasn't just about me, but just seeing things about the world that were like,
Observances,
the society needs a lot of.
observations.
I think
Yeah.
the society needs a lot of healing, because when I was basically like I basically left the room at like 8 o'clock, and then I saw people, and everyone was you know s- just staring at their phone, whatever, which isn't like okay. I'm not against phone, obviously, but like it's
All right.
more like people never just spend time in their mind. The second they're not busy, they go to their phone, they go to food, they go to Netflix. They don't just sit and relax and like just do nothing.
Thing to another. Right.
Like no one is like you don't see a lot of stillness in people anymore, or if there ever was, I don't know. But you just don't see any. The ability to just be still, they say is one of man's biggest challenge, and I believe it for sure.
This is a new phenomenon that we have. It's different than any other point in human history where we can just
Hmm.
indulge ourselves constantly,
I would say it was also a little.
nonstop.
I would say I also had some like very spiritual moments. So on a personal level, I took that away. There was some moments
Great.
where I just felt like my soul was just like I don't know. Like it
The
wasn't.
only
There was times where I was like praying, but then I would just start saying things that it wasn't even my mind talking. It was almost like my soul was talking. Like it was weird.
that's beautiful. That's crazy.
Like
That's tapping.
there were
It's
things
tapping
that
into
like
some
I
different
wouldn't
energy.
normally say, but it just fucking came out of me when I was praying. You ever have that experience? I mean, I've had it before. It wasn't my first time, but it was just more intense because like I went an entire
Yeah.
day where I was locked in my brain the entire day. So yeah, it was trippy, man. I'm not gonna lie. It was like
My only
it was like a trip, but with no like trippy experience of it. It was just like kind of like the same mind journey that you might have on a mature trip, but like without a trippy experience.
well, what's interesting is that if you had kept it up naturally, it would have progressed into that stage. Like you would have started to hallucinate without food and
I
without.
mean, when I closed my eyes, I would start seeing patterns. If I close my eyes for long enough, like close my eyes probably for like 20 minutes, like straight, just like sitting, but awake and alert. You
So
start
many
you start,
parallels.
you start seeing patterns and stuff. Yeah.
It's absolutely
Hey,
parallels. The only frame of reference I have to that is really Yom Kippur. That's really the closest thing I can compare because you're not on your phone.
the what?
You're not eating Yom Kippur.
Uh,
You're not on your phone. You're not eating for 25 hours. But of course, you're still talking to
well,
people.
it's kind of like a Yom Kippur almost, but you're by your,
Personal one.
but you're by yourself and you're not praying as much. So like you don't have as much to do because Yom Kippur you're busy the entire time speaking words. But
Sure.
like you know, like I read from the prayer book, but then you only, but that's only like